And we are live with Ricky.
I'm Justin.
We're going to go over our UFC 199 predictions with Luke Rockhold versus Michael Bisping. It's going to be a great card. What do you think?
Really good card, dude. Honestly, from top to bottom, it's a stat card. Before we get into
What do you think about Thomas Almeida and No Love first, though? What do you think
that's all
about
I was gonna say. I won money on no love, dude. I called it from the beginning, and no one believed me. But I mean, besides you, we both said he's gonna win.
Yeah, he made me some money too that night. I was very happy to see a first round finish. He made me money, and he also did good on DraftKings. So
Yeah, Almeida looks flat out there. He looks scared, dude.
hey, I see a bright future for No Love for sure in the 135.
I see a good future for both of them, but yeah, no love looks impressive, dude.
All right, well, let's go on with the fights now. So the first fight in the fight pass early prelims, we're gonna have Dong Hyun Kim versus Marco Polo Reyes. And Polo Reyes, he's from the tough Latin America. Dong Hyun Kim, this is the first time I've heard of him in the fight. I did see Polo Reyes fight in one of I think it was like with the Neil Magny versus Gastelum card in Mexico or whatever. He fought I forget who he fought. He fought some scrub though from like Latin America, and
Cesar something, yeah.
His takedown defense was not impressive at all. He was getting taken down very easily. He did have some pretty good striking though. He caught that one guy getting back up, and he ended up finishing him. So looks like he might have some knockout power in those hands, and he's got some good striking. But his takedown is just horrible. His takedown defense is just horrible, and it doesn't look like he has much of a ground game. They're going to be fighting at lightweight, 155 pounds. The other guy, Dong Hyun King, I don't really know much about him, but it looks like he has a lot more experience. He's 13-7, which is not a great record, but neither is 6-3. I'm probably gonna go with Polo Reyes. I'm not sure, man. It's kind of hard to call, but I'm gonna give it. I'll go with the TKO in the second round, since he has those heavy hands, and I've never even heard of Dong Kim, at least this one.
Yeah, you thought it was Stun Gun Kim, bro. Wasn't it? Come on, man. I was laughing when you said that on our group on Facebook. Anyways, yeah, both these guys are at the bottom of the barrel, to be honest, in the lightweight division. I'm not too impressed with Polo Reyes. Like you say, he's from Latin America. And Dong Hyun Kim is dropping down from welterweight to lightweight. He fought Dominic Steele. He looked pretty good in that fight until Steele just like slammed him like 3 or 4 times and got the knockout. But anyone's gonna get knocked out from that. His head hit the canvas so hard, dude. So initially, I was kind of like back and forth in this fight. I'm gonna go with Kim. He's gonna be the bigger guy. He's a welterweight, making his debut in the lightweight division. I'm not impressed with either dude, but I'm gonna pick Kim by maybe a decision or like a 3rd round finish. But I'm not confident in this pick. I'm not betting on this pick. Any other info you want to say for this fight? You want to move on?
Yeah, I'm not confident either. I'm not going to bet on this fight either. I'm not going to have any of these fighters in my DraftKings lineup. I doubt it. So
yeah, I would never do a parlay on this stuff for sure. I'll tell you that.
You will or you won't?
I will never do a parlay on this fight.
No, definitely.
So
definitely not.
All right,
let's move on to the next fight.
All right, before I call it the next fight, I just want to do a shout out to UFC Betting Sharks on Facebook. It's a good group. We're both in it. A lot of good guys in there, and just go on Facebook and try to join the group. It's a good week. All right, so the next fight is Kevin Casey, 9-4, versus Elvis Mutapcic, who's 11-4. This is pretty one-sided, fight in my opinion. I think Kevin Casey's on his way out. Ever since he fought on Tough, on Chael Sonnen versus John Jones, he was a quitter, dude. He was 1-1 going to 3rd round, and he just quit. Like his kidneys were giving out, but he seriously just gave up. He was winning that fight, I think, and he just gassed out. And he walked out of the octagon and just said, "I can't fight anymore." And ever since that, I don't want a quitter on my team or on parlays and stuff. doesn't look that good in UFC. Rafael Natal messed him up last fight, and Natal is not that good of a fighter in my opinion. He had his moments against Whitaker, but Natal sucks in my opinion. And he beat Kevin Casey. This Elvis Mutapcic guy is pretty good. He's making his debut in the middleweight division. He fought at light heavyweight in his last fight, and on short notice. And he looked decent. He didn't do that good, but it was against Francisco Barrasso, who just lost to Krylov. And I think Mutapcic has the better experience, in my opinion. He's been in there with a lot of guys. He's fought Sam Alvey. He's fought a lot of big names. They both have fought a lot of good guys. I'm just saying, I think Mutapcic has had better, wins. Like obviously, they're both have 4 losses, but all Kevin Casey losses are by knockout, and Mutapcic all losses are by decision. So I think Mutapcic has the better gas tank, the better combos, better takedown defense. If it goes to the ground, I'll be a little worried because Kevin Casey's legit there. But I don't think Kevin Casey's that good of a fighter. I think he's going to gas out. He doesn't have a good chin. And I think Mutapic's, been in there with better guys, in my opinion, even though he's making his UFC debut. He's fought some really good guys outside of the UFC. So I'm going to go with him with a decision.
To be honest, I'm not that impressed with either of these fighters. Like you said, I saw Elvis Mutapcic fight at 20. He weighed in at 201 on that fight. He was very small.
That's not his division.
They called him up and he took the fight, which is pretty good. Which is pretty cool on his part. Like you said, they're gonna be fighting at 185. But I just think Kevin Casey's black belt in jiu-jitsu is gonna be the bigger role in this fight. I don't really know. I'm not really impressed with either of these fighters. I saw Mutapcic get taken down pretty easily in his last fight. But then again, that was at 205. He doesn't really have much of a ground game. He was just holding the guy in his guard the whole time, kind of praying that the ref would get him up. So I wasn't really impressed with this fight. I saw one of his knockouts. He might catch him slipping though. I might give him that. But I think if Kevin, I don't know why Kevin Casey's fighting, but if he has his head in the game, I think he can get a decision.
Bro, before we move on, hey, Elvis Mutapcic has beaten Sam Alvey in a 5-round fight outside the UFC. So he's been, come on.
Sam Alvey sucks.
Sam Alvey's way better than Kevin Casey.
I don't care about him, dude. Sam Alvey sucks.
He's way better
than
Kevin Casey.
And he's a human punching bag that smiles.
And this dude knocked out Cesar Ferreira, but everyone knocks out Cesar Ferreira. But I think if he could win, a 5-round decision with Sam Alvey, he's going to beat Kevin Casey. Sam Alvey's way better than Kevin Casey, in my opinion. Even though Elias Theodore's going to destroy him next card. Anyways, so next fight, go ahead.
All right. The next fight is going to be Jonathan Wilson versus Luis Henrique da Silva.
He has 2 names. His other name is Frank Waston.
Frank Waston?
Yes, he has 2 names. It's weird.
All right. Well, to be honest, I'm going to be leaning towards Jonathan Wilson. They're going to be fighting at 205. Johnny Bravo is his nickname. He's undefeated. He's 7-0, and he's coming off a pretty big knockout off of let me think who his knockout. Let me look it up real quick.
Chris Dempsey.
Yeah, it was Chris Dempsey.
He's not that
first
good.
Round KO.
He's not good.
Huh?
He's not that good of a fighter.
Who's not good? Chris Dempsey.
Dempsey. He's been finished in all 3 of his fights.
Yeah, well,
Jonathan still a big win. Still a good win.
The other guy's making his debut, and I think that Jonathan Wilson is just gonna get another highlight reel finish. He's pretty strong. He's got good instinct. He's aggressive. He goes for the finish, and I like that about him. He's big, and I never heard of. I think this Luis Franca, he's making his debut. You know how he's undefeated as well, but I just don't like his chances coming in on his debut. So I'm probably gonna go with Jonathan Wilson with the first round KO. He's probably one of my more confident picks in the fight. I was thinking about doing a round robin with him, Bovada, to be honest.
Yeah, I like that for sure.
I really think he's gonna get the finish. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm picking Jonathan Wilson, dude. He trains with Lorenz Larkin at Millennia in Rancho Cucamonga, where I live and you're from. He's a big fighter, dude. He's big for 205. He's never been taken down in his career. 6 to 7 wins by knockout. He looked good in his debut. It was like a minute long. He just crushed that fool. And the Wasteland dude, he's impressive. I mean, all 10 of his wins are by knockout, so you have to consider that. But he's making his debut. I'm not going to be picking him in this fight. I'm going to be picking Jonathan Wilson all day. He's a good fighter. I've been following Lorenzo Larkin on Instagram, and this dude is a beast. Larkin talks high about this dude. I can see this guy going far in the division, so I'm going with
yeah, you go, because like you said, that guy Luis is undefeated, but like against two. You know what I mean? Like he could spot scrubs in Brazil that like no one knows of.
He did knock out Ildemir Alcantara in his last fight. He used to be in the UFC. He went the distance with Albert Tumanov. He actually beat Albert Tumanov. But that was when Tumanov wasn't that good. But I mean, when Tumanov was like, new and all that in the UFC. But I'm going with Bravo in this fight by knockout. All right, the next fight is going to be Sean Strickland, 17-1 versus Tom Breese, 10-0. This is a good fight. I like both these guys, but I'm going with Strickland. Strickland has the better experience. He's been in there. They're actually the same age, both 24. He's been fighting for a long time. He's been in there with tough dudes. He has a really good chin. He dropped down from the middleweight division. He was 3-0, I think, and then dropped down. And his first fight in the welterweight division was against Santiago Ponsamania. I can't pronounce his name. I'm white. But anyways, and he went the distance with him, and he showed a lot of heart in that fight, dude. He took a bunch of big shots, didn't go down. He lost, but he looked. I mean, his chin, dude, looked really good in that fight and impressed me. And then in his next fight, he knocked out Alex Garcia, who also trained to TriStar, just like Tom Breese. Sean Strickland used to train at Munya with Lorenzo Larkin. I think he trains at Team Quest now in Temecula. And I wasn't that impressed with Tom Breese in his last fight. He fought, I think, some Japanese guy, something Napimara or Keita Napimara or something like that. And he won a decision, but I don't think it was that good of a fight. I think he barely won that fight. And Tom Breese, you're only as good as your last fight, in my opinion. So I'm going to go with Sean Strickland in decision.
So that whole "you're only as good as your last fight," I don't really agree with. They're both really good fighters, I think. They're 170. They're both really big for their weight class, too. That guy Breeze is pretty tall, right?
Yeah, Breeze should go to the middleweight division because he's gasses out fast. Sean Strickland's good for the welterweight division.
They're both pretty big. They move good. Tom Breeze has some pretty fast hands. He got a pretty nice first round KO against was that one guy Cathedral Pendred? I don't know if you saw that fight.
Cahal Pendred, dude sucks. He's
got him in the first round. He also Cathedral Pendred's not that bad.
Yeah, he's one of the most boring fighters in the UFC ever when he was in the UFC. Terrible, dude.
What?
He trains in McGregor, and that dude is so bad. He was by far the worst fighter in that division, hands down. Terrible.
Well, he got a first round finish against him, and I thought that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, against a scrub.
You said you're only as good as your last fight, but Sean Strickland just lost.
No, he didn't. He just beat Alex Garcia in the third round.
Oh, sorry. Well, he lost against Ponzebo.
Yeah, but that guy's a killer, bro. And he took a bunch of shots in that fight.
Yeah, he took a bunch of shots because he sucks.
He has a good chin, dude. He got outpointed in that fight against a guy that has really good stand-up, who was beating Larkin until Larkin knocked him out.
I don't know. I really like the confidence that Tom Breeze has. I'm going to go with him. I think he's going to keep going. He's probably going to get the decision.
Yeah,
I think it's going to go to decision. One of the two.
Fight. Yeah, for sure.
But I'm not really too confident. I'm probably not going to bet on it either, to be honest.
Yeah, they're both even right now at -115, so I'm not going to be betting on the site. All right.
Let's move on to the next fight.
You want to call it? Or you want me to? It's you. Go ahead.
All right. So it's going to be Alex Bruce Leroy Caceres against Cole Miller. And I like Cole, really, to be honest. He's on the Ultimate Fighter with Nate Diaz. He's old school. He's really good when it goes on the ground, but I don't know. I think he's on his way out. I think he's getting old. He's kind of like the old school fighters. Bruce Leroy he's younger. I think he's going to be a little stronger, faster, more athletic. If Cole can take it down to the ground, then yeah, for sure I can see Cole winning and probably getting a sub. But if Bruce Leroy keeps it standing up, moves around, uses his quickness and his takedown defense, he can get the decision. I think he's a little bit better than people think, and Cole is just kind of getting older. I don't think he has that drive in. He doesn't have that like the drive that he used to as someone younger like Bruce Leroy would have. I am a big fan of older guy of like Cole, but I haven't been that impressed with him lately. I think I can see Alex Caceres just standing up with him and getting a decision for the third round. He's still got some pretty good grappling. I think it'll be good enough to defend the submissions and get back up, to be honest. So I think I'm going to go with Bruce Leroy for the decision. What do you think?
All right, well, we got Cole Miller, who's 21-9, and we got Alex Caceres, who's 11-8. Cole Miller has 18 wins by finish. He is very good on the ground. He has a good jab. I think he has good underrated stand-up. He was beating Jim Allers in his last fight, and then he got eye poked, and the fight was a no contest. And before that, he was looking pretty good against Max Holloway. He lost a decision, but I think he won at least one of those rounds. Holloway did not dominate him at all. And I think Cole Miller got eye poked too in that fight, to be honest. So I don't know what's up with the eye pokes in him, but I'm not a big fan of Caceres at all. Bruce Leroy, nah, dude. He trains MMA Lab, and Cole Miller trains American Top Team, both good gyms and all. But I don't think Caceres is that good. He's 1-0 in the featherweight division now. He did not look good against Maciel Full in his last fight. He doesn't have a good chin. I think Cole Miller was going to hurt him on the feet and take him to the ground. And Caceres has been sub 5 times. Why would I ever want to pick Caceres against Cole Miller, who all he does is sub you? Come on, dude. It's easy money, bro. Cole Miller with a sub all day. And yes, I'll be betting.
All right, go on to the next fight.
All right, the next fight, we got number 6, Jessica Penne in the bantamweight division who's 12-4, against Jessica Andrade, who is dropping down from 135, who's 13-5. Initially I was gonna go with Penne in this fight, but then I did some more research, and Andrade is a big girl. She's gonna be a big 115-pounder. She's good. She's kind of been inconsistent, but I think she can beat Penne. I think she can just lay on her, man, to be honest, for a couple rounds. I don't know if she's gonna get a finish, but I can see a decision for her. Penny's a good fighter. She trains in LA, I think. I think she trains with I'm trying to think. I think she trains at like Black House, I think. I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, she looked decent, I guess, in her fight against Joanne Champion, but she was like a punching bag, She showed good heart, but yeah, Penne, man, she looked good on top.
She got murked against Joanna. She did not do good at all.
She showed good heart, that's about it. But I like Andrade in this fight. She doesn't have the best stand-up, and she's good on the ground, but I just think it's a good move for her. She's going to be bigger than most of these girls, so I can just see a weigh-in fray decision. Might be a decent fight. I'm not a big fan of girl fights. I mean, there's not a lot of action. Unless Paige Van Zandt's fighting, I'll be like over there with binoculars and chicks. She's so hot. But it's another day. So I'll be going with Andrade for a decision.
Yeah, I think so too. Like you said, she's just dropping down to 115. I kind of want to see how she looks, see if she looks healthy or not on the weigh-ins, But if she looks healthy and if she cut that weight well, then I'm probably going to have to pick her too, just because, like you said, she's going to be huge for that 115-pound division. She's Brazilian, so they're pretty good at fighting,
I want to see how she looks at the weigh-in.
I think the weight cut is going to make a huge difference. I'm not really that impressed with Jessica Penn. The only reason I think she got that far is because like the competition in the 150-pound division sucks, to be honest. I don't think she's going to make it that far. The 135 division is way more competitive than the 115. So the fact that Jessica Andrade is used to fighting bigger opponents, I think is going to be huge for her in this fight. She's fought some pretty good competition. She's coming off a loss from Raquel Pennington.
It was a bad loss too.
Huh?
It was a bad loss, but I mean, she had her moments in that fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's a loss. You know, you win some, you lose some. But I think she's going to do very well in the smaller division. I think she's just going to have her way with her and probably out grapple her. And if she doesn't get a submission, she's probably going to get this decision. So I'm gonna agree with you on this one, and I'm gonna go with Jessica Andrade. I'm probably gonna go with the decision because they're girls, and girls they don't finish that often, to be honest.
Yeah. All right. Before you announce the next fight, yeah, I take that back. I guess you're not always good as your last fight. You know, maybe that happens once in a while, but I thought about that. Yeah. I mean, people are good after coming off a loss.
Yeah, you even said yourself you feel bad for whoever Almeida's fighting next, and like his last fight wasn't that well. He got knocked out.
I'll take that back. Yeah, I think he's gonna wreck whoever he fights next. Okay, go ahead. This is a good fight coming up.
So we got the next fight. I think from now on the fights are gonna start getting really good. I'm pretty excited about this fight. It's gonna be with Benny Dariush against James the Executioner Vick. James Vick is very cocky. I think he's coming off 9-0. They're fighting in the 155-pound division, lightweight. Benny Dariush is coming off a pretty bad loss, in my opinion, from Michael Chisa. Got choked out, and James Vick is undefeated. He's got some confidence on his hands, and he's got a pretty badass guillotine, if you ask me. But I think Dariush. If Dariush has his head in the game, I think he can do it. He's got the better striking and he's got the better grappling. He should have beat Chisa, but you know, it happens. You make mistakes. I think he was a little cocky into that fight. If he would have just protected I think he won the first round
easily, yeah,
with striking, the leg kicks. But Chisa just out grappled him, and instead of protecting his neck, he was too worried about giving up his back. So he wasn't really protecting his neck. Chisa was able to sink in the choke, and get the finish. I was so upset about that, but I think Dariush is gonna come back strong from that loss. He's gonna keep it. I really hope he wins this fight. I'm a big Benny fan, but I'm gonna go with Benny with the decision. I think they're gonna keep it striking. I don't think Benny's gonna want to. Benny's only going to take it to the ground if James wants to take it to the ground. I think Benny his striking is improving, especially training at King's MMA with Rafael Cordero. His striking can get better, but we'll see how he does tomorrow. I'm probably going to stay away from it. I'm probably not going to bet because I like both of these fighters. James Vick has a really good guillotine. He finished Ramsey. Ramsey finished Dariush. So it's going to be a very close fight, and I think it's going to be really good. But I'm probably going to have to go with the decision with Benny on this one. What do you think?
That's some MMA math right there with the whole Ramsey thing, but I don't buy into that. Anyways, I was laughing for a while because I don't know who Chisa is. It's Michael Chiesa. Anyways, so yeah, dude, this is a very confident pick in my opinion. I think Dariush is better everywhere. I do think Vick is actually a good fighter. I'm not going to say he's not because then, you know, a lot of people are on, you know, Vick's train, all that. He's a good fighter. He's 9-0. Of course he's a good fighter. But, you know, Chiesa knocked him out on tough. Yes, we all know Chiesa, you know, sub Dariush. Dariush won that first round. He got cocky and, you know, he just gave up in there, man, that second round. It was a disappointing loss, but I saw that he was pissed. He was back in the gym the next day. He's on a very quick turnaround. They both are actually, but I think Benny's faced a way better competition, in my opinion. Vick, in my opinion, lost to Nick Hein. If you watch that fight, I think Nick Hein won that fight. So Vick hasn't impressed me. Got a couple decisions. The James Matthews fight, yeah, it was impressive. He was losing that fight, the whole fight. I don't know. I'm not a big Vick fan, dude. And Glyco Franca was beating Vick in that first round until he got eye poked. So I think Benny's going to mess him up in this fight. I can see a finish. I think he's going to sub him. He might hurt him on the feet. I'm not saying Vick's bad. He's a good fighter, but I think Benny's going to mess him up. I think he's better everywhere. And I think he's way better than him on the ground. He's not going to get subbed by Vick. There's no way. He's going to sub Vick. So I'm going with the finish.
Yeah, I don't see Benny getting subbed anytime soon again. I think that's getting subbed like that probably got to his head, you know, especially being such a high level black belt. I
Yeah.
think he's gonna go back to the basics. He's gonna get training back on the grappling. He's not gonna make those stupid mistakes anymore because, to be honest, that was a stupid mistake because he wasn't getting outclassed. He just made a dumb
He
mistake.
won the first round easily and then lost. Yeah. But
Right.
Benny has one of the best jabs in that lightweight division. Okay.
And he's got some pretty good leg kicks too. They're getting better.
Yeah, he's gonna be mad in this fight. I'm telling you right now, he's gonna be going after it, man. He's gonna finish him, make a statement. He's a top 10 lightweight. He's not gonna lose the Vick, who's right outside the top 2. He's not going to. Okay, not taking anything away from Vick because he's a good fighter. He's gonna learn a lot from this loss, but he's gonna lose. All right, next fight. You know, really good fight in my opinion. We got Brian T. City Ortega, who's 10-0, against Clay Guida, who is 32-13. I'm a very big T City fan. I've been following him for a while before the UFC. He's 2-0, both by finishes. Trains a Black House, beast on the ground. His stand-up's actually pretty good in my opinion too. He looked good in that fight against Tavares. He actually knocked him out in the last round. That was a back and forth war. And to go in there against Tavares, who's a proven featherweight, he used to fight lightweight. He's been in there with some tough dudes, beating some tough dudes, and you beat a dude like that in your debut, hats off to him. Then he goes in there against Diego Brandao, who just got tested for, you know, steroids and stuff, and he subbed him in the third round. I think 2 third-round finishes for T City. So he's a finisher. I mean, T City's good everywhere, man. I just do not see Clay Guida winning this fight anywhere. Guida's a good fighter, but it's in the past. He's washed up. He's gonna go in there looking for some takedown, and he's gonna get subbed. Thiago Tavares subbed in like a minute, and what did T City do to him? Smoked him. I mean, it was a back and forth fight, but still, he had his moments. T City still beat him though, man. T City looked good in that entire fight. So I don't think there's any holes in T City's game, and I think Guida's gonna get messed up on the feet, and I think Guida's gonna go for some crappy takedown and get subbed. Guida does not want to go on the ground with him, but he's going to. He doesn't. I don't think he's good anywhere in this fight, so I'm going with T City by finish. He's a big favorite though, so I'm probably gonna put him on DraftKings. I might do like a parlay with him with a couple other guys. So go ahead.
I might do a parlay with them too, or like a round robin or something like that.
Yeah.
I definitely see T City with the win, with the finish even, just because he's got that great jiu-jitsu. I think if when Clay tries to wrestle him, the jiu-jitsu is going to come into play. He's very offensive with his jiu-jitsu. He's very offensive with the striking.
He's always attacking.
And he's just, man, he's a finisher. I really like his style. He has a good guard. He has good top game. He has good grappling. I'm a fan. You know, Clay Guida doesn't impress me at all. He got knocked out by Chad Mendes. He lost to Dennis Bermudez in the second round. He lost to Thiago Tavares. He loses against good people. He wins against scrubs. You know.
Hey, he beat Pettis.
Huh?
He beat Anthony Pettis a long time ago.
Yeah, scrub. Anthony Pettis lost to Eddie Alvarez. Are you kidding me, bro? He loses against wrestlers. He has no wrestling defense. That was a horrible example. Like,
Yeah.
at least Brian Ortega has jiu-jitsu to back him up. I mean, yeah, Pettis does have jiu-jitsu, but maybe at a blue belt level. We shouldn't get into. Well,
Yeah.
actually, Henderson. He's sub Henderson. Henderson's, I think he's a black belt.
Yeah. Anyways, before we move into the next fight, you should watch T City's fight in the RFA before he made the UFC debut. He beat Eric Koch's older brother, and he won the title. It was a 5-round war. It was actually a candidate for Fight of the Year. It's a really good fight. He looked really good in that fight. You should watch it. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, Brian Ortega, he impresses me every time I watch him. He's a finisher. That's what I like to see. And I'm going to go with Brian Ortega with the triangle choke. Let's go.
He's a beast, dude. That triangle's nasty, dude.
Yeah,
Nasty.
and Clay Guida is like super like pressure with his head. So I think he kind of like he's up to getting caught in the choke. You know what I mean? He's been subbed before, and I think he's gonna get
Guida, dude. I like Guida, but he's gonna get smoked in this fight.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get subbed. He's going against the jiu-jitsu, like one of the elites in jiu-jitsu.
They're giving a sacrificial lamb to T City, and T City's fighting in his hometown in LA. He's not going to lose this fight.
Yeah, so I'm going with T City by submission, early submission.
Yeah, early first rounder.
Under 2.5 rounds.
DraftKings for sure.
DraftKings, parlay, round robin for sure.
All right, dude, go ahead. Main card starts right now, baby.
All right, the next one we got Dustin Poirier versus Bobby Green. Dustin Poirier is coming off really hot after he got knocked out by Conor McGregor. They're gonna be fighting at the 155 pound division at lightweight. Dustin Poirier versus Bobby Green. To be honest, I like Dustin Poirier, but I'm not a big fan. Ever since Conor McGregor knocked him out, just because Conor McGregor said that, and I'll never forget it. He says that he does a chicken dance with the gust of wind, and he doesn't have a chin, man. I think he gets rocked too easily, and I don't like that. He might win this fight just because Bobby Green is very slow, and he's not that active in the ring. He just kind of walks around and taunts a lot, which I don't like. I'm not, to be honest, I like how Dustin Poirier is very aggressive. He's very aggressive. He's in your face and he strikes a lot, but he just doesn't have a chin, in my opinion. He's coming off of.
Hold on, I'm gonna stop you real quick and interrupt you. He didn't have a chin because he cut too much weight, dude. 145 was not a good weight class for him. He's huge for 155. He walks around at 185 and he's ripped. He showed a good chin so far. I'm telling you right now. Duffy hurt him a little bit.
He showed good chin against Duffy, dude.
A little bit though, but he took him in the ground. He's well rounded. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, dude. And Duffy is not as a good striker as Bobby Green, dude. So that kind of scares me. Duffy rocked him, dude, a couple times, man, in that fight.
Yeah, Duffy has very good stand-up, and he's a way more power puncher than Green. It's way harder than Green.
Duffy?
Duffy hits way harder than Green. Are you kidding me? Green doesn't hit hard.
I've never gotten hit by either of them, so I wouldn't know. But I just know that
like Duffy is.
I don't know, man. I just know that I've never been hit. I don't know who hits harder, but I know Dustin Poirier has been rocked, and he's been rocked by McGregor, and he got rocked by Duffy. And I was scared when he was getting rocked by Duffy because it was looking scary for me. You have to admit, dude, he gets rocked.
Yeah, and Pat Bam Bam Healy was hurting Bobby Green, and that fight was super close. You go watch that fight.
I don't know, man. I just think that people are riding a little too high on Dustin Poirier. I do think he can pull off the win, though. I do, but I'm not confident in it. I'm not going to bet on it. I'm probably going to have Bobby Green in my DraftKings lineup, to be honest.
We're going head to head then, so go ahead.
Just because I think he can pull off the upset. I see him pulling off an upset.
All right, is it my turn?
Dustin.
Okay, so Dustin Poirier is ranked number 11, and we got Bobby Green number 13. I'm a Green fan. I mean, I have been for a while, to be honest, but, I think Poirier is a way better fighter. And, yes, I'm more of a fan of Poirier. I'm a huge Dustin Poirier fan. And the featherweight division wasn't good for him. He just cut too much weight. He didn't look that good. He looked draining against Conor McGregor. And Conor McGregor caught him. But,
it makes sense to me. It's like you get knocked out in the featherweight division. You think you're going to do better against bigger guys? He's not. He's not. He's still going to be
knocked out against McGregor, who's one of the best fighters in the world.
Weaker is because he wasn't cutting weight right, and he was like he should be walking around smaller weight if he's going to be fighting at 145 pounds. He should be eating chicken and salads or whatever. But
let me finish my prediction.
You get knocked out and you go up to a higher division, you're just going to get knocked out again.
Okay, let me finish my prediction. Thank you. All right, so Dustin Poirier has been really good in the lightweight division so far, knocking out for Carlos Diego Ferreira, Yancy Medeiros. He looked good against. He looked very good against Duffy. He took him in the ground. He broke his nose in the first round, and obviously couldn't. Come on, man. You try breaking your nose and fighting after that. He took him in the ground, man. Maybe he's a little conservative, but he got the win. Duffy's a very good fighter too, and Duffy will be a contender soon. Mark my words. So Bobby Green didn't look that good in his last fight. He hasn't fought in like what, a year and a half. He doesn't go after it, man. He's like a worse version of Jorge Masvidal. He just doesn't go after it. Low output. He's a smaller lightweight than Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier is jacked. One of the biggest lightweights in the division. He is going to be a big top 5 lightweight soon. I'm telling you right now. Dustin Poirier is good.
How are you saying he's one of the biggest lightweights in the division, dude? That's so
he is. Are you kidding me?
Bobby Green is taller than him. You got Nate Diaz is tall as fuck too.
Yeah, but he's skinny, dude. Dustin Poirier is way bigger than him, way more muscular.
Bigger, you mean fatter? Maybe
no,
fatter.
He's not fatter than him. He's bigger. He's way more jacked, way more fit. He's bigger than him. Dustin Poirier is going to be a top 5 lightweight soon. I'm telling you right now. I'm not going to pick against him.
How's he going to win?
So I'm going with Poirier. I'm going with Poirier by the finish. I'm done arguing with you because I'm picking Poirier is going to smoke him in this fight. I don't know why you're picking Bobby Green. Easy money for Poirier. All right, so next fight. We got Dan Henderson, who's 31-14 against Hector Lombard, 34-5-1. I want to pick Henderson this fight really bad because I'm a big Hendo fan, but I can't in this fight. Hector Lombard's a good fighter. He's moving up to 185. Wasn't that impressed against Magny, but he's a very fast starter, and I just see him connecting with Henderson quick. And Henderson's washed up, man. He's not going to be able to. His chin's not going to hold up, So I'm going with Lombard by first round finish. Easy, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's an easy pick as well. I'm probably going to have Lombard in one of my parlays, to be honest, or round robin. He's a beast. He almost finished Magny, but Magny weathered the storm and was able to get the delayed finish, which was great because I was going on Magny on that one. But I was still impressed with Lombard's performance that day. He's pretty an impressive guy. Unfortunately, I think he has some issues with the steroids, but a lot of people, but not surprising at that size, That guy's huge. Same with Romero. Him and Yoel Romero, I'm not surprised when they get caught for roids. But if Hector comes off clean and he does a good weight cut, I think he's gonna rock Hendo. Probably gonna rock him to retirement. To be honest, he should just be on his way out. Henderson hasn't been the same since they banned TRT, and I don't really see him knocking out. They're both like first round fighters. You know what I mean? They're like Hendo gasses and so will Lombard, but the age I think is gonna play into factor. If it does pass a round and a half, I think they're both gassed, but I think Henderson's still gonna be more tired than Lombard for sure. So I'm gonna go with Lombard with the early finish, just because he's gonna be too explosive in the first round for Henderson to do anything. He's too young, too explosive, too athletic. He's going to finish him quick.
Too young? They're both old. Are you kidding me?
Well, fuck, dude. He doesn't look old with all the testosterone he's been injecting.
Lombard's pretty old, but he's going to destroy Dan Henderson in this fight.
He's not as old as Hendo, not at all.
No, he's not. But he's old.
He's like in his 30s.
Yeah, he's still old, though.
That's not that old.
He's like in his late 30s, man. He's like almost 40.
That's not close to how old Hendo is.
Yeah, they're both old fighters.
Well, I still think Lombard is younger.
Okay, this is completely random, but my boy Tamdan McCrory will destroy Hector Lombard if they fight. All I'm saying.
That's not even what we're talking about, and I probably agree with you. They're not even. Why is that even getting brought up?
Because I'm a big McCrory fan. He's fighting next card, and I cannot wait. He's going to destroy. So just had to throw that out there.
I'm going to pick Lombard. Who are you picking on this fight?
Lombard. I already said that in my prediction, bro.
All right, then let's move on to the next one.
It's your prediction.
All right, we got Holloway versus Lamas. Max Holloway versus the bully, Ricardo Lamas, 145 pounds. We got your Gressler versus your striker. And I'm really favoring the striker in this one because it's Max Holloway, and he just messes people up, man. Ever since he got beat by Connor, he's been doing great. Um, he's just been on a great win streak. He went to a decision with Jeremy Heathen Stevens, who just beat Henan Barao. He beat Jeremy Stevens, so it's pretty impressive. He's coming off a great streak. I don't know how many fights is that in a row, man. How many fights since Conor McGregor? I think it's like 1, 2.
He's on a 7-fight win streak, I think.
7-fight win streak, bro. So that's huge. I don't see him losing. What I see happening is I see him using his range, keeping the distance, and I see Ricardo Lamas just trying to get in for the takedown. I don't think he's gonna get it. I think they might get in the clinch and all that, but Max Holloway is gonna do what he does, and he's gonna defend the takedown well. He's gonna keep it outside. He's gonna strike him. And he's gonna pick him apart. And I think he's gonna get a TKO in the second round. What do you think?
This is a good matchup, in my opinion. I'm actually going the other way and picking Ricardo Lamas in this fight. Max Holloway has never fought a wrestler, in my opinion, and Lamas gets it to the ground. He's a very good wrestler. He's huge. He's devastating with his elbows. Go watch the Eric Koch fight. Obviously, as a featherweight, but he is a beast. Holloway did not look good in his last fight against Stevens, in my opinion. I don't even think Stevens is that good. So I am definitely picking Lamas in the matchup. He destroyed Bermudez. Obviously, Stevens did too, but I'm picking Lamas in this fight. I think he's bigger. He's going to get to the ground, and he's going to get a decision. I'm not going to bet in this fight. Maybe DraftKings, but I'm picking Lamas.
How are you saying Lamas is bigger than Max Holloway? Are you kidding me?
I never said that. I never said he's bigger than Lamas. I never said he's bigger than Holloway. What are you talking about? He's usually the bigger guy.
Holloway. Lamas is not bigger than Holloway at all. It's not even
close. I don't think I said that.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, what? I mean, I think Lamas is a big dude, to be honest.
He's short, dude.
Yeah, but once he smothers him on the ground, he's going to be the way bigger guy. I never said he's bigger, than Holloway, but if he takes him to the ground, he's going to smother him. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to have a hard time taking Holloway to the ground, to be honest. I think Holloway has fought in some wrestlers, and his height just helped him out.
He's never fought a good wrestler. I'm telling you right now, he's never fought a good wrestler. And Lamas has
fought Cole Miller. Fighters. He fought Cole Miller. Cole couldn't take him down. Cole couldn't take him down.
Who?
Cole Miller couldn't finish him. Elite grappler.
Lamas is a better grappler than Cole Miller, dude.
Yeah, he's a more aggressive grappler, but I still think he's got good enough to defend the takedown. I'm gonna go with Max Holloway with the win.
Yeah,
I'm actually pretty confident in Max. I'm gonna probably bet on him.
Max Holloway is a bigger fighter than Lamas, but I just said if Lamas gets him in the ground, he's gonna be way bigger than him. He's really good on the ground. His ground and pound is high level. That's all I'm gonna say. I like Max Holloway. He's a good fighter. He wasn't that impressive in his last fight, in my opinion. So I'm gonna go with Lamas with the upset decision. All right, so next fight we got Dominic Cruz, the champion, against Uriah Faber. Cruz is 21-1. We got Faber 33-8. I'm a fan of both of them. I dock Dominic Cruz because he's the decisionator, but he looked good against TJ. I think TJ could have been I think TJ could have won that fight. It was close, But I'm going with my boy Faber in this fight, dude. Like, Faber beat him the first time. The second time easily could have been Faber. In my opinion, it was a very close fight. I think he won that fight. And I think Faber's got him in his head. I think Faber has the better punching power. And I think if he drops him, he's going to summon him, dude, and get that guillotine choke. So either I see decision or I got a finish for Faber. I'm taking Faber in this fight. It's his last chance. And obviously he's terrible in title fights, but Faber's – I don't know, man. I'm just stealing Faber in this fight. I don't need to talk about it for an hour. I'm going with Faber. Obviously, in our group on Facebook, I was getting lit up by some people. Oh, Faber's going to get destroyed and all this. I don't need to talk about all this stuff. Just watch it on Saturday. That's all I'm going to say. I think Faber's going to win.
You don't need to talk about it, or you have nothing to say.
I said a lot. I said a bunch on that. I don't need to say it on here.
Because Cruz. Let me tell you now. Cruz is probably better, way better striking. I don't see Faber being able to choke him out in this fight at all. It's probably going to be the same thing that happened against TJ. Dominic Cruz always fights his game. He always fights his fight. He doesn't get caught up in other people's fight. He's just gonna walk around. I'm not a big fan of either of them, to be honest. I think Dominic Cruz is just gonna dance around and outstrike him. He's gonna land some punches. Faber's probably he's gonna win rounds. He's gonna win decision. Probably the same thing that you saw with TJ. I don't see Faber getting close. He always loses the championship fights. He's known as a team alpha fail. So
yeah, it's about the change though. He's gonna get developed, dude.
There's no way, dude. He's known for failing at this. So I think he's gonna choke again. History repeats itself. Gonna get the third fight. He's gonna win the grudge match or whatever you call it. He's just gonna settle the score. He's gonna win the 2 out of 3 fights. There's no more talk. He's gonna shut Faber up because they don't like each other, and I just see Dominic Cruz getting the decision. He's just gonna outstrike him, and to be honest, I think they both have equal wrestling. Dominic Cruz is a great wrestler, and Faber has great grappling. So I can't say who's better than who. Faber does have the guillotine over him, but he caught Faber caught Cruz when Cruz was very young. He was very, very new to MMA, and he's got so much more experience now. He's so much older now. He's so much wiser now. I don't think he's going to get caught again. He's just going to outpoint him, and he's going to win the decision.
It's a tough fight for both guys, to be honest, but I'm feeling Faber in this fight. So I got Faber. You got Cruz.
I got Cruz with the decision.
I might bet on this fight. Good money for Faber if you win. So, all right, last fight.
The odds are tempting. Not gonna lie, the odds are tempting.
All right, last fight.
It's a fight. It's a fight. That's the great thing is that you never know. So anything can happen.
Yeah. All right, the main event. Go ahead, or you want me to predict it?
I'm not gonna bet on Cruz or Faber.
All right, dude. Last fight, we got Luke Rockhold versus Michael Bisping. This is easy money in my opinion. I got Rockhold all day. I don't need to talk about this for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. Bisping looked good against Silva. Could have lost that fight, and everyone was pretty controversy. Rockhold's on another level. He's a champion. I don't see a lot of people beating him right now. You know, I might have picked Weidman in his last fight. I mean, he wouldn't have got hurt, but I don't see Bisping. You know, it's going to be the same as the first fight. Bisping, I do like Bisping though. I like him. He's funny. He talks a lot of crap. He's pretty, you know. He's a good dude, but he's gonna get smoked. And I don't even care about the line. I'm not gonna pick him in this fight. So I got Rockhold. Say your pick, and then we can talk about our most confident picks before we go to hit the hay.
Yeah. So like you said, I got Luke Rockhold all day. He got lucky that Michael Bisping got lucky that Chris Weidman got hurt and that Jacare was too hurt to fight. Because to be honest, he's not really title shot worthy. He just got lucky that no one else was ready to fight.
I'm happy for him though. I'm happy he's getting a shot.
Yeah, he should get one, right? He's been fighting for the longest time, so that's good that he gets one. But the only reason he got one was by default, to be honest. Luke Rockhold is better than him everywhere. It's better than him standing up, better than him grappling. So I don't see Michael Bisping winning at all. Michael Bisping doesn't even have knockout power to get a lucky hit in. Like, if it was someone that had knockout power, maybe. But Michael Bisping doesn't have that power, so
he doesn't.
I don't see him. He's got good boxing, but Luke Rockhold he's got more well-rounded striking. He's got kicks, he's got punches. So I think
Rockhold has the best stand-up in the division by far.
By far.
And he's so good on the ground.
I see Luke holding his title for a while, and he won't lose it to someone like Michael Bisping. That's for sure. I'm going to go with Luke Rockhold with the early finish.
Yeah, me too. I see Tamdan McCrory dethroning his belt in a couple years, but, I'm just a big Tamdan McCrory fan. Anyways, most confident picks. Do you even know who Tamdan McCrory is?
Yeah, man. You talk about him all the time.
He's a big fan of mine. All right, so most confident picks in this card, in my opinion, top 3. You got Luke Rockhold by far. I'm not going to bet, though, because he's too big of a favorite. T City is one of the most confident picks. DraftKings for sure, probably a parlay too, and Benil Dariush, huge. I mean, come on, man. I don't know why all these people are on James Vick train all this. He's gonna smoke Vick, and I'm pretty high on Dustin Poirier too. All right, what about you?
All right, my confident picks are, like you said, Luke Rockhold. Then I think it's going to be, as my second is going to be Hector Lombard. He's going to be my second most confident to win. And then the third most confident is going to be T City. Probably going to do probably going to bet on. I'm probably not going to bet on Rockhold because he's too expensive and it won't really make much money.
Yeah,
it's easy money, but you won't make much.
Easy
You
money.
have to put in like 100 just to win like $10 or whatever. But I might do a parlay with T City, Hendo, and like someone else. I'm not sure. A round robin. What are you planning to bet on?
I'm gonna be doing parlays and DraftKings for sure, maybe a round robin, but I'm gonna have T City and Dustin in there. You know, they're both big favorites. I'm gonna have to go with some underdogs too. That's why I'm picking favorite. I want to pick Elvis Mutapcic, but he's a favorite.
I think Andrade is a good underdog. I was looking.
No, Penne is.
Who?
Penne is underdog. I think it's minus 155 at Andrade and plus 125 for Penne.
Andrade is the underdog.
Nah, dude, Penny's the underdog.
If Andrade has plus, then she's the underdog.
No, I never said that. I said she's the minus. She's minus 155. Penny's plus 125.
Oh shit. Oh, I thought I saw Andrade as the underdog earlier.
Nah, but
any underdogs you want to look out for, or what?
I was gonna pick Mutapcic, but I think he's the favorite. Honestly, maybe favorite. I mean, there's not a lot of good underdogs in this card. I was talking about that with my other friend earlier. There's a lot of good favorites in this card. You're gonna be picking Bobby Green.
I don't know the underdogs in this fight. I would probably give them to Bobby Green and Alex Caceres if I were to pick two underdogs that have good chance of winning.
Oh, Lamas. I forgot about Lamas being the underdog. I think Lamas is going to beat Mass Holloway. I don't know if I'm going to bet on it.
No way.
I think he's going to.
You should bet on it then.
I'm thinking about it. I might. DraftKings, they probably will.
Not going to lie, Lamas has a good chance. He's a great grappler, and you cannot count out a grappler. I'll give you that.
Dude. And I never said he was bigger than Holloway. I said he's going to be bigger on the floor. He's going to be smothering him with his elbows. Go watch that Eric Koch fight. Smoked him on the ground. Those elbows were devastating, bro. So, all right, guys. Before we head out, next card is going to be sick. Roy versus Wonderboy. Cowboy versus Patrick Cote. Stacked card. That card's good. We got Sam Alvey versus Elias Theodore. Tamdan McCrory. Good ass card, man.
All right, stay tuned, guys. Let's make some money.
Later, guys.